The 2016–2018 Honda Integra. Honda improves its Integra lineup yet again ahead of the 2018 model year. The Red Riders added 2 special edition paint schemes for this year, but it's the Honda Selectable Torque Control that steals the show. Traction control is a rarity amongst scooters, but this isn't your average scooter. In fact, it's not even really a scooter in the traditional sense at all. A 745cc twin-cylinder engine delivers 40.3 kilowatts, far beyond the vast majority of rides that identify as scooters, and Honda's dual-clutch transmission provides the same twist-and-go operation you'd expect from a scooter, but with some very important differences. Yeah, it's an unusual combination of platform and features to say the least, so let's dig in and see what all the Integra has going on over there. Continue reading for my review of the Honda Integra. Honda Integra design. It has the best of both worlds with the convenience and ease of operation of a scooter while delivering motorcycle-like performance and handling. To understand the Integra, you must understand its name. Honda's new concept division named this model thusly because it integrates the best of both worlds with the convenience and ease of operation of a scooter while delivering motorcycle-like performance and handling. This ingeniously clever name turns out to be a genuine instance of truth in advertising, as the Integra seems to perform as promised. It launched in 2012 and got a facelift in 2014 for the look that it more or less carries today. Head-on, it's difficult to immediately identify the Integra as a scooter cause it bears a strong resemblance to many current sport tour bikes, and that's just what it looks like coming at you. The recessed LED headlight turn signal lens dominates the front of the fairing with panels on each side that simulate that sportbike scoop and intake vents that shunt pressure away from the entry to reintegrate with the slipstream through vents on each side. This helps to reduce drag-inducing turbulence, and that concept carries on up into the vented windshield that completes the protective pocket started by the front fairing and legguards with low turbulence up top to reduce the head buffet effect. A negative LCD instrument cluster displays all the usual metrics with a 3-stage S-mode indicator plus fuel economy information that allows you to moderate the throttle to get the max mileage out of each drop of Dino juice. Honda's ignition security system takes care of business with a wave key gadget that detects the ID chip in the physical key and disables the ignition if a code mismatch is detected. Behind the fairing, a rather full tunnel almost completely fills in the step-through area ahead of the flip-up seat that covers a 21-liter storage space that can hold a single full-face bucket or a decent amount of groceries, stuff, whatever. A tapered, deep scoop seat cradles the rider's rear at 790 mm off the deck with full footboards behind the legguard to finish out the relaxed and comfortable rider's triangle. Out back, LED lighting and a mudguard plateholder unit finish off the tail gear, and much like the head-on view, the view from the rearward arc looks much more like the ass end of a proper sportbike than a scooter. Of course, that's easy to do since this isn't really a scooter. Honda Integra chassis. It's a fair compromise between agility and stability with acceptable parking lot behavior, and the weight balance falls out evenly at 50-50 between the 17-inch wheels that give the Integra its motorcycle-like handling. A diamond-type frame forms the structure with steel tube members for strength because after all, unlike a scooter-style swing-mount drive, the Integra carries its powerplant forward within the main body, so it needs to be properly buttressed. The front suspension comes in a standard configuration sans adjustments, but the Showa forks that showed up in the 2016 models aren't completely vanilla, as they come with the dual bending valve technology that provides a superior ride to that of straight-up plain stems. Out back, a monoshock supports the motorcycle-style swingarm with spring preload as the only tweak. The steering head rides at 27 degrees with 110 mm of trail and a 1,525 mm wheelbase for a fair compromise between agility and stability with acceptable parking lot behavior, and the weight balance falls out evenly at 50-50 between the 17-inch wheels that give the Integra its motorcycle-like handling. A single 320 mm disc and twin-pot caliper slows the front with a 240 mm and single-piston anchor out back, and a 2-channel ABS on overwatch as the first layer of stability insurance. Honda Integra drivetrain. As cool as the traction control and larger than normal for a scooter engine is, it's the transmission that steals the show. New to the model family for 2018, the Honda Selectable Torque Control traction control provides the second layer of stability augmentation to make the Integra suitable for the bottom experience tiers. Speaking of experience, Honda makes the Integra available to riders at the A2 license tier with a conversion kit that knocks the 40.3 kW down to an even 35 kW to meet the necessary requirements. The liquid-cooled, parallel twin engine also packs 68 Nm of torque to back up the top-end power that is now top-endier than ever with an elevated rev limit of 7,500 revolutions per minute. It runs with 77 mm bores and an 80 mm stroke with a 10.7:1 compression ratio, but it's the 270-degree firing order that gives the mill its most distinctive feature, a rumbling lope at idle, as cool as the traction control and larger than normal for a scooter engine is. It's the transmission that steals the show. Honda's dual-clutch transmission delivers much the same twist-and-go operation you'd expect from a scooter, but with so much more to offer. First off, the transmission is a proper gearbox with a pair of clutch packs that alternate and feather power to a pair of shafts rather than using a variable diameter pulley and belt system typical on scooters. Riders can choose between a D mode for economic riding, 3 S modes for sportier shift intervals and an MT mode that lets you push button shift up and down the range. Pretty nifty stuff indeed. Honda Integra price, MSRP comes in at just over £8,000, which ISN and #039 TA bad price for what you get, UK. Riders can expect to shell out £8,399 for an 18 Integra. Color choices include candy chromosphere red and matte gunpowder black metallic with matte alpha silver metallic and matte majestic silver metallic as the special edition hues. Honda Integra competitors, that and #039's really what the Integra provides, ease of operation with much the same performance as a comparable street bike. How does one compare a scooter that isn't? I mean, we have the even more street bike Tastic XADV, but it's another Honda product as well. BMW fields the C650 GT that is absolutely about as top shelf as you can get at this displacement. It's a business-class scooter that will definitely appeal to a mature rider with 44 kilowatts and 63 Nm on tap from its 647cc power plant and traction control to boot, but at the end of the day it's still a scooter with a swing drive unit, not exactly the same as what Honda fields in the Integra. There are also plenty of mid-displacement street bikes, standards, cruisers out there that can get you around town, but most won't have the traction control yummy goodness, nor will they be as easy to mount and handle at low speeds. That's really what the Integra provides, ease of operation with much the same performance as a comparable street bike. Easier to mount than the street bike alternative since the fuel tank has been relocated, but still not exactly a street bike either. It's an unusual machine, to be sure, and for now there aren't any real toe-to-toe matches for it. He said, unusual doesn't always mean bad, and this is one of those instances. I imagine this confuzzled little ride will be suitable for folks who would have difficulty throwing a leg over a proper street bike, or perhaps riders who commute in office, ice cream, Sunday go-to meeting clothes. That puts it squarely into the business, school class and potentially unlocks a new type of customer, the non-scooter rider. She said, my wife and fellow motorcycle rider, Alan Hinton, says, even though this doesn't look as scooterish as a stereotypical scooter, it is more scooter-like than it was before the 2016 update. That said, this is kinda like the best of both worlds. It handles like a proper motorcycle with the convenience of the DCT, twist-and-go operation. The only thing it really lacks is storage space. The underseat storage is small and awkward to get things in and out of because it's tucked so far up against the seat hinge. In order to really be the best of both worlds, a top case might be in order. As a commuter, though, it's going to be hard to beat. Honda Integra specifications, references, Honda XADV, see our review of the Honda XADV. BMW C650, see our review of the BMW C650 Sport and C650 GT, Honda's triple-thread automatic transmission program, see our article on Honda's DCT transmission.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.